So you can see we both have the upgraded wheels, but they're a little bit different. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I finally am gonna start the mods on the old Gladiator here, or I should say the new Gladiator here. This is my 2022 Gladiator, and yes, it is a little bit dark and I'm struggling to get a good shot, but I will be picking up some new rock rails tomorrow, and I got a Smokin deal on them. I will tell you guys a little bit more about that, but first we've got to take off my stock Rubicon rails. And this isn't really a mod, but it is an upgrade because they're also Mopar rails that I'm picking up, but they're the upgraded rails. They're the ones that come out about 5 or 6 inches from the body, and they're a step and a rock rail. So they come on the Mojave. You can probably option them on a lot of different vehicles, a lot of different models, I should say. But yeah. Tomorrow we'll be picking those up, and I'm getting a Smokin deal, and I got to rip mine off right now so that when I get there tomorrow I can just bolt them up real quick because it's only 4 bolts, so it's really easy to do. So why not just take mine off and get there tomorrow, throw them on, and be done with it. I don't have to strap anything down or put it in the bed, because even though this thing has a bed, they're not going to fit in the bed. They're going to stick out a bit, and just easier to unbolt mine and bolt his up at his place. So yeah, and actually he has a blue Mojave, so it's going to be kind of interesting to take this Rubicon over there and put them side by side and kind of take a look at his Mojave and see exactly what the differences are. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm from Canada over here, guys. I'm doing my best, but definitely it is going to be nice to see the differences, because I know it's got reservoir shocks, it's got a few different other things. Yeah, I guess we'll see tomorrow, but enough talking. Let's get to work and take these rails off. It's not budging?
Nope. It's gotta be something else. Yeah, I feel like at this point you'd have to like hammer it out.
Wait a minute, wait. No, there is more bolts. There is more bolts. Oh fuck. I see them now. Okay guys, I guess I lied to you. It's not just 4 bolts. I was hoping it was. So you see over here, I originally thought it was these 4 bolts. Now I actually found out it's these all the way along. So there's a few more of those. I think there's about 6. I will be taking those off. But if you guys want to see what a brand new Gladiator looks like, I've never taken it off-road. This was not done by me. This came off the truck like that, and I've looked on the forums. A lot of people complain about this. I had the same issue at the back of my frame over there, right before the control arm as well, which I painted over. This one I didn't actually see, and I'm surprised that the guys at the dealership that did the undercoating didn't spray this. So yeah, just a fun fact for you guys in case you've never seen a brand new Jeep right off the factory floor. But I ordered this as a custom order. It was ordered in May, it came in July, it came off the assembly line July 11th. Now it's August, and yeah, so this was definitely not me. I haven't been off-road yet. Just wanted to show you guys that. Fun fact. Beautiful. Okay, so as you guys can see now, if you get a Rubicon, they automatically drill the holes in the body there for you for the rock rails. I'm not sure if that comes standard on all Jeeps. I don't believe so. I believe that your pinch weld is solid on the ones that don't have a rock rail from the factory. But you do have like alignment pins all the way all the way along at every little tab. So that is actually kind of nice because it allows you to do this by yourself if you really need to. So now I'm gonna go bang out the other side, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow when we're gonna go pick up the new ones. And good morning, what is up? It is the next day, and we are on our way right now to Fort Erie, and that is pretty much about 10-15 minutes away from Niagara Falls. And I'm lucky enough that I don't live too far from there, so we will probably be stopping in and checking it out, maybe see the falls. So if you guys aren't from around here and you've never actually been to visit, then you'll get a nice little treat today, because hopefully we'll get some good shots of the falls, because it's a nice clear day outside. So beautiful day. We're almost there now, and we did run into a lot of traffic, so it's been a pain in the ass getting here. But I guess that was the cost of the sliders, because I'm getting them for an amazing price. If you guys know anything about the premium rock sliders, you can option them for about, I think, 1,500 bucks from the dealer, or you can buy them from Mopar for 1,500 bucks. I'm sure you can find them online somewhere for cheaper, but that's pretty much what the retail price is. And I was lucky enough to find these ones for $300, and that is 300 Canadian. So I lucked out definitely, and I'm super happy to get these. And yeah, they aren't the strongest. If you know anything about the stock Rubicon sliders or the stock Gladiator or just Wrangler sliders, they are good enough that if you go out, you will protect yourself, but they're not good enough that you can put the entire weight of the vehicle on the slider. So if you're coming down pretty hard, they will bend sometimes, and unfortunately they will bend into the body. And because they are screwed through the actual body, through that pinch weld, that sheet metal there, you can cause some damage. So definitely we won't be going too hard with these, but they can be used, and they will be used. So that's why I'm getting them. They also do protect your door hinges and your door handles, because they stick out I believe like 5 or 6 inches. So they protect your door handles from any kind of dirt and debris, and your door hinges as well from any kind of dirt and debris that gets kicked up by your tires. That way they're not getting basically sandblasted throughout the life of the vehicle and getting all rusty and just damaged. So that's another plus, and we're gonna have a step. So sweet. I'm not too sure if this guy's gonna let me tape anything while I'm there. Out of respect, I'll ask him obviously, but if he says no, I'm not gonna try to just sneak the camera in there. So he did say I can use his driveway or his garage real quick to install them. I've got all my hardware in the back. I've got my impact gun and my tools, so I think we should be good to go. Basically just gonna head over there right now. I'm about 15 minutes away, and we'll throw them on. And here we are, guys. We've got the first one already on, and you can see these ones have a little bit more of a curve to them than the actual Rubicon rails I took off. That's because they stick out so much further. They kind of follow the body a little bit. And there's the first one, looking good. You can see it almost covers right up to the end of the fender here. And if you take a look at the other side, we've just got the naked body there. And I'll be honest with you, the one gripe I have with the new Jeeps is that pinch weld. They should honestly have done something different, because if you don't have a rock slider like I do, it looks horrible. It honestly doesn't look great. I've got a 2001 Wrangler, and they did a better job on that. That one looks a lot cleaner and just more finished. This isn't the most pretty, but we'll fix that in a second. Nice and easy.
No, these are good looking boards.
I think so. I like that they kind of follow the curved body line.
Well, they actually are, because the ones you have are actual rails for, you know, rock climbing.
Well, these are actually, I believe, the upgraded version of mine.
Yeah.
So they're made that you can still go off-road, but you can't put the whole weight of the vehicle on them.
Well, and they're built pretty tough.
Oh yeah.
Structurally, you know, they're tough. It's amazing, you got the same color unit. I was very surprised when that pulled up in the driveway.
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's going to be interesting to look at them side by side. Because I saw in the ad that you have the same one.
Nice toy.
Definitely.
Shack suspension's a little different on the
Yeah, because you got the reservoir shocks all the way around.
Yeah, and then you got a bigger torsion bar, I see, too.
Do I?
Yeah, your torsion suspension's a little different.
And there they are. Now, I honestly love the look. They still look pretty factory because they are a factory part, and you can tell that they do follow the body lines really well. Now, they do give you a nice amount of step, whether you're using the front doors or the back doors. You do have something to actually put your foot on now, getting in and out, which is really nice. But let's do a quick overview of the difference of the Mojave there to the Rubicon. So you can see we both have the upgraded wheels, but they're a little bit different. They both have the gunmetal finish, and they both have the brush sections, but they do change them up a little bit from the Mojave to the Rubicon. On the Mojave, you also don't get the standard steel bumpers in the back. You don't get the rock rail here because this one's more made for sand, and that's why you get the upgraded shocks. So these are actually reservoir shocks. They're bigger body, they're 2.5 with a reservoir, so I'm sure that you get a lot better ride out of them. underneath, the suspension is pretty much very similar from the control arms and everything else. The geometry is very similar. You also, I think you can option a steel bumper, but this one doesn't have the steel bumper option. And you get orange accents all throughout. You can see on the emblems, on the hood, and on your tow hooks in the front and the back, as well as inside. Instead of red stitching, you get orange stitching. You also get orange around your dash, and you also get orange stitching on your dash. So it looks nice, definitely completes the look. I think the blue and the orange look awesome together. And a few differences, not too much. I'm sure there's a couple things that I've missed. I'm sure there's a couple things I'm not too aware of, but that's mostly what you can tell by looking at them. Can't forget the hood. So you can see I've got the two vents on mine at the top. He's got the front intake kind of snorkel looking, like kind of like a Subaru intake, and it looks awesome. I think that hood is really nice. It's the same hood they put on the 392s. But other than that, I think they are very, very similar rigs. So we're not sure if it's because of the bumper or not, but you can see that my skid plate here that ties into the bottom of the bumper is a black steel to match the black steel or the gunmetal steel, whatever you want to call it, of the bumper. Where on here on the Mojave, you still have a protector, but it's a little bit different. And to be honest, I believe they're the exact same piece, just different colors. I could be wrong. Maybe you guys know more. Maybe you can correct me on that. They both got LEDs. They both have the front cameras. So I'm pretty sure they're both optioned very similar. I don't have the painted roof, however, which looks super sharp. But I think I'm happy with the two-tone. So another thing is you don't get a front locker. You get a rear locker. You don't get a sway bar disconnect, but you do get hydraulic bounce or bump stops, whatever you want to call them. And those are actually super sweet. Those are right here. So those are liquid filled. And basically because this is made for desert running and going at high speeds through the whoops and all kinds of different uneven terrain, you can see the reservoir is mounted way down here in the front. So the main differences are, this one is made more for higher speed. This one is made more for rock crawling. The only other difference that you can't see from the naked eye is the transfer case. The Mojave has a 2.3-to-1 transfer case, whereas the Rubicon has a 4-to-1 transfer case, which is why this is made for more higher speed desert runs, going in the sand, going in the dunes, just higher speeds. And this is made more for going low and slow and crawling over things. So that is the main difference out of the factory. Now, you guys have seen my buddy who has a Mojave. He's taken it rock crawling. You can do everything in every kind of Jeep depending on how you build it, but this is how they come equipped from the factory. Yeah, you gotta pay.
Forgive us? What for? It's a public beach.
Pardon?
It's a public beach. Why do I have to pay?
Because it's town though.
Is there any part that's public?
No.
Really? Wow.
Either
Okay. Well, these guys are on some other tip over here, so we've decided let's go to the beach. It's called Crystal Beach, and yeah, I know it's not the Crystal Beach you guys are thinking of in the States. It's in Fort Erie here in Canada. But these guys are fucked. They're off their rocker. They're charging $5 to get onto the beach because it's owned by the town. Go suck my nuts. Like, honestly,
There's an entrance literally just over there that I'm gonna walk around.
I'm gonna pay to go to the beach when there's so many beaches around here. I literally live on Lake Ontario. I can go to a million other beaches for free that are probably better than this one. And I'm gonna pay to go get crowded over there for what? So yeah, don't really like posting negative stuff, but that was just a little bit too stupid. I had to show you guys that. So let's see if we can get to the beach. If not, then we'll just keep driving to the falls. I am gonna give you guys a better look at these actual running boards or steps or rock rails. Well, they're actually all three. And they are built a little bit tougher than the ones that I took off, the Rubicon rails. I will show you that in a second, but we're gonna head over to the falls right now since the beach was kind of bust. What can you do? We couldn't make it in there, and I didn't feel like paying for it. It is free after a certain time in the evening, but if you're going to the beach, you're not going to the beach in the evening. So yeah, and yeah, I did change because it is hot today. It is beautiful outside, so I figured why not throw on a blue shirt, match with my buddy here, the Jeep, and yeah, so let's go hit the falls. Well, we made it, guys. If you are an American, that is the American side right over there. Let me see if I can get a shot for you. And right in front of us is the Canadian side. We will get out and get a better shot, but this is just driving by. And yeah, it is super misty today, so I am hoping we can actually get a good shot of it.
Be on the left side.
But yeah, this is basically right beside the falls. I'm hopefully gonna find a parking spot just up there on the left. So we will do our best, but I will get you guys a nice shot walking by the falls over here. And if you are from the US, then definitely this is a different perspective, a different side that you haven't seen probably before. Not sure how well I can get it from the car, so I'm gonna go park the Jeep and we'll get you guys some better shots. And it's actually misting when you drive by it. Like, you're driving so close that all your windows start getting wet. Well, we made it, we found parking, and we are down on the strip. I just found a 3-floor go-karting. It's basically got 3 floors on the track. And that looks pretty badass. Honestly, I want to come back and hit that up. If you guys want to see that in a vlog, then let me know, because I'm down to come back and hit that. So we're gonna walk down the strip now, maybe grab something to eat, go see the falls, get some shots for you guys, and then start heading back. Because we still gotta do the overview of those sliders and take a look at them, and I wanna show you guys the difference between those and the ones I took off, because there is a big difference. But we gotta enjoy our time while we're down here. Well, we made it, guys. We're at the falls, and as you can tell by the flag right here, this is the Canadian side. And if you are an American, then you probably haven't seen it from this point of view. So here you go. Look, they even serve you guys dinner and dessert right by the falls. Crazy. See, now she can keep going.
I'm good.
Well, now we're getting pretty close. Well, don't get no closer than that. Pretty much about 15 feet from the falls. Good view, but you're definitely getting wet out here. So this is it, guys. We made it, we're here. There is the falls behind us, and there is the power station just over there behind me. And you can see we can't really get pretty much any closer than this. It is literally raining on me right now. You guys can probably see it on the lens, because yeah, that mist is pretty intense. But now let's go get some food. Well, we're back, we made it, and back to the original reason why you guys are here. We got our first mod on. We got the steps on, and honestly, we've been using them yesterday, and I love them so far. For me, I don't really need them, but they were great for my girlfriend. They actually help her a lot getting in and out, and I think that they will add a lot more protection, not just on the trail, but I think they have an added feature too. So if we take a look right down the actual body line, they stick out a good about 3 inches from the body, and then they go in another inch. So they're about 4 inches wide. And I would say that that is very, very helpful when you're actually going off-road, but it's also very helpful and has a hidden feature when you're just using this as a daily. And if you go to park it in a parking lot, unless somebody has a lifted vehicle or a Jeep or a truck, they're not going to be able to open their door into your vehicle. they're not going to be able to give you door dings, and they're definitely not going to be happy about how their door looks after hitting this. And I do love the look of it. And one other added thing that I haven't really noticed until I actually put them on is they do have a little bit more actual protection. So the tabs are a little bit wider, and they also have this extra plate here. So you can see this plate here isn't on the other rails. If you look at these rails, you just have the rail. So you basically get an extra bit of protection, and you also get that added benefit of having a step and having that guard when you're in a parking lot. But the one thing that I really like is that you get this extra bit of beefy protection here. You can see it follows all the way along, almost as far as the actual brackets. So that's nice. It means that you're not going to be touching your pinch weld on anything, hopefully. And it just adds that much more strength to the actual sliders. Now, like I was mentioning earlier, these are not meant to be used for the like crazy rock crawling that you guys see people do. These are good when you're going off-road and you're going to be coming into contact with things to protect the body. But if you're actually going out rock crawling, I wouldn't put the entire weight of the vehicle on these. Because of the way they're mounted, they do have a possible chance of bending and warping that pinch weld, as well as bending into the actual body of the Jeep, which is no bueno. So I would recommend, don't go too hard if you have these, or even the stock Rubicon rails that I've got in here. Take it easy. You can still go off-road, obviously. Just don't go and be bouncing off rocks and landing the entire weight of the vehicle on one slider, and you should be okay. Now, if you do want to go all out, I will be adding some better sliders one day, so definitely if you want to check that out, follow the build, because this build is just starting. Like I said, this is just the first mod for this thing. We will be getting some better sliders and bigger sliders. The sliders that I'm looking at have a bit of a kick out at the back here, so they give you that extra little bit of protection and just kicks out everything so that it kind of pushes you off the rock a little bit more. But if you look at the side profile, they are nice and curved. They actually do curve with the body of the Jeep, so they tuck in a little bit more at the front and they tuck in a little bit more at the back, and then they stick out a bit more where you would actually use it as a step, which is awesome because it adds that much more functionality. And when you do go bigger, sometimes if you get a larger tire, you might need to trim these, just like the actual Rubicon rails. That's something that we will deal with once we actually get to that hurdle. But for now, I'm super stoked. I think they look great. I got a great deal on them. I paid 1/5 of what they originally cost. So I think I did well. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys like the Jeep so far. I know there's nothing done to it yet, but I love this thing, man. Honestly, driving it is awesome. I love going on adventures with it. And I think I've got one more thing we need to do. Every time we go on an adventure or we go to somewhere new, I like to grab a sticker. And I've already got in the back here on the inside of my lockable storage, we've already got a couple. So we've been to Algonquin, we've already been camping at Point Farms. These are just a couple of random ones from those places as well. And now we can throw on the Niagara Falls one to add to the collection. I hope it's straight. I don't think it is, but I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. They don't always want to stick. I did actually clean this plastic before I'm trying to put stickers on it, because sometimes these things come with a little bit of like a residue or a film from the factory, and this Jeep is literally a month old. Funny enough, today is the 1 month exactly anniversary of when I picked her up from the dealership, and I would say I'm definitely enjoying my Jeep and loving every minute of it. So let's keep going and let's keep building adventures and stories and memories, because Well, there's my alarm to go pick up my girlfriend. Don't want to be late. I've got 5 minutes before I got to get in the Jeep and go. So let's wrap this guy up. Whew, it is a warm one out here. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you guys for coming along the adventure. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I try to bring you guys a little bit more than just the bare bones of let's put this rock slider on. Try to bring you guys on more adventures and more cool things and just show you guys some cool stuff, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. And we will be doing a lot more mods to this thing soon, so definitely stay tuned, because I've already got things that I've been holding on to since before I even picked up the Jeep that I will be throwing on soon. So stay tuned for that, because something's coming. But if you're new around here, jump down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, ride safe out there. Peace.